What's up, ladies and gents? Sinister1, your host. Welcome back to more gameplay for Assassin's Creed Origins. This is going to be the video where I've been showing you what I've actually wanted to show you for a little bit of time now. If you remember back a long time ago in the main mission we did, we saw that we came into this area and we were doing a little bit of detective work when we were meeting with our wife. Now we're actually going to go down and show you the underground little lair that we found here, and you're going to see exactly what it's guarded by. In this video, I'm also going to show you the puzzle that I was able to figure out and to be able to get a legendary item. So excited to show you guys this, and I've made this video a little bit extra long instead of separating them because I know a lot of you guys like some longer videos. So I made this almost 17 minutes just to give you guys a little bit more funness this time. But as you can see, there are quite a few snakes down here, so we have to take all of them out, or as many that we can, in order to pick up this treasure, which is not going to be easy, to say the least, because there are still so many more snakes. And it's difficult because as soon as one of them attacks you, it takes away your torch. So you might be fighting in the dark a little bit. And again, you've seen me use this like Predator bow a lot. That is because I really enjoy using it. I like the way it works, how fast it is, and the damage output is actually is not that bad because you can fire multiple shots. So it's in rapid succession. It's not like the other bow where it's like a shotgun bow where you have 5 arrows at once. It's more like rapid succession. So now I have pretty much showed you we've looted the treasure. There we go. The Fijan Lamentu Crypt. I've pretty much showed you everything that I was able to do in this demo, except for really one thing, which we're about to see. So I'm going to give an overall overview of my time with the game, what I truly feel about it, and my kind of final thoughts on the demo itself that I got to play. Now, again, I can't tell you, what the final product is going to be. I can only tell you what the product that I've played so far. And between the 2 demos that I've gotten to take a hold of, I am very impressed. Every single time I sat down, I felt something alive in me again, which, I'm going to be honest, has been few and far between. There's been games lately that have got my interest really high. Let's say the past few games that I've played, like Hellblade or The Observer, have those indie titles, right? Have really actually pumped me up more than, say, some of the AAA titles that I've played in recent months. And I gotta say that this game, it being a AAA game, really brought out the explorer in me. Again, I only had a certain amount of time to record things, so I had to move fast. I couldn't, as much as I want to sit there and enjoy a specific section and look at it for minutes and uncover all of its secrets, I could only do so much because of the time limits that we had, the hard drive limit space that I had. All recording was done in 4K, and for those of you that know, they were done at 4K ProRes, which means, and I'll put it this way, a minute of footage is 18 gigabytes. So I want you to put that into perspective a little bit. So whereas a normal video I put out on YouTube of a game in 1080, let's say 1080p, would be probably 6 to 7 gigabytes for maybe 20 minutes, right? Which is high quality. But in 4K, it ramps it up so much, so around 17 to 18 gigs just for 1 minute of gameplay. And then I go in and edit this, and then I bring it down just a little bit because that's a little too much for me. When I edit it, and then I show it to you guys off at around 40 megabytes a second. So all these videos you've seen have been 40 megabytes a second, which takes up a lot of space. I brought in 4 separate hard drives to record as much footage as I can. And I can guarantee you no one else did that. Everyone else was provided 2 hard drives from Ubisoft where they would give you like a, you know, 2 specific ones because there was like 5 or 6 games that you could play. I really only played 2 games, Far Cry and Assassin's Creed. I filled up those 2 hard drives in my first play session of this game because I just did so much and the files are just so huge. But I brought extras so that I could record more because they knew and I knew I wanted to show you as much as possible. And so I hopefully have accomplished showing you as much as I could. There were a lot of things I still missed. Like, I never really locked on to anyone. Like, before they changed the controls, the lock-on used to be you just tap the LB button and you'll lock on to an enemy that's close to you. That is no longer the case. It is holding the LB is your shield now, and that brings out your shield. So because of some of the changes, I just kind of went with it and didn't worry about locking on. So a lot of gameplay you see, maybe the combat wasn't as fluid or wasn't as awesome as you was hoping it would be, and that is mainly due to my negligence of never locking on to enemies. Because when you lock on to enemies, then you do a strafing pattern around them, and in that strafing pattern you're able to automatically, you know, lock on to enemies, hit enemies when you strike and stuff like that, as opposed to what I was doing, which was all free, no lock on at all, just aiming where I was and trying to hit them. And I've seen a lot of people on the comments and stuff like that say, you know, why are you not locking on? And again, when you're overwhelmed as much as I was with trying to get as much content as possible, there are going to be things that you overlook, things that you miss. Like, for instance, I thought I had footage of me equipping the outfit, of going into the outfit menu, but I looked through all my footage, and that must have been on the outside when I wasn't recording that I did that. And again, I wanted to show you that, but for some reason, I didn't. My first initial impression was I wasn't allowed to show any of the menus, but after I read the fine print again, I actually was allowed to show specific menus like the inventory, the gear, the abilities, and things like that. But when you're trying to get so much done in such a short period of time in only one play session, you tend to try to focus on other things than, you know, that. So I try to focus on getting around, showing as much of the world as I can, going to different sections of the demo. For instance, here we are at this temple, and this is where you need to locate the specific puzzle or item. See, the Papyrus puzzle, whatever you want to call it. Papyrus. And it took me quite a bit of time to actually figure out where it is, because all you get is the marker that says this is the area that it's in, but you have to search around this whole area. So for those of you saying that the game holds your hand in telling you exactly where everything is completely a false statement. Yes, when you get close enough to a certain item or whatever, and you can see that there's like something right there that you can pick up, it's just some loot, a shield actually. When you're in the specific area, yeah, it'll light up, but if you don't know where it is, then you have a hard time of truly figuring out. So I did spend some time looking around, trying to find where this specific loot was. And I enjoyed every minute of it. It wasn't like the easiest thing. It wasn't like you had, it just came to you like that. You actually had to look around a little bit, try to find it and all that kind of stuff, which is really fun for me. But my thoughts on the entire demos that I played were just super fun, super amazing. I had a blast. The developers care so much about the game itself. They care so much about everything that they have shown off. And obviously when YouTubers or press or anyone gets access to a game early, they want to show off the best that it can be, but bugs are going to happen. You know, these are demos. This is specifically the Gamescom demo. So I just want to make note that yes, you've seen some animation problems, you've seen glitches here and there, you've seen, you know, lighting issues. A lot of people complain about the nighttime, the lip syncing, you know, and all that jazz. Yes, it's all in there, and we see it. But make your voices be heard. I've said this many times. They're not going to fix anything unless you tell them. because they want your feedback. They need to know your feedback. I give them as much feedback that I can, but I'm just one person as well. But if all of us together can say, hey, this needs to be fixed, this needs to be worked on, then they'll do it. And also remember that we're about 2 months away from release, and this is such an old demo that we're playing that there's going to be a lot of new, and a lot of stuff was disabled. They specifically said in their briefing before we started playing was that a lot of things are disabled. So because you saw all the question marks and things like that that we can't actually go to or can't do because it's all disabled. So there's a lot of things that you haven't necessarily been able to see that is going to be in this section. So don't think that I've shown you so much gameplay that now it's pointless to play the game yourself because you've seen everything. That's not the case. And it looks like we just found the actual item that we need. There's just so much more to uncover, so many more missions to do, and you're going to be spending hours upon hours. So now that we've finally picked up the puzzle, we actually need to read it. So we're going to go into our inventory system here and go over to be able to find exactly what it is that we need to read. And it's going to be, yeah, in the inventory under the, and then you can see there's a bunch of them, fallen friends. So you read this puzzle, and everything that is said is going to be a clue to where this puzzle is going to be. So you actually have to say, read the puzzle, and then look at the map and find where these two statues are, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a hint, but you have to locate it. So here we are at the beginning of where the demo started, right in front of these the two statues that guard the entrance to this area. So there is a sunken boat that you can just barely see, and I've put a marker actually close to where it is. And this is where the treasure is going to be, in this vicinity. Now, the marker doesn't specifically know exactly where it is, but you have to look. It's a sunken area, sunken treasure. And just so you guys know, there is going to be at least another video that I will have with another hidden treasure location, another hidden place to search, which is actually the biggest one that I found so far in the demo that I did. And I'll have that video coming up sometime, hopefully soon. I'm just trying to spread out these videos. I don't want to, if you put them all out at once, then sometimes they can be lost in the in all the videos and stuff like that. And for those of you that are new, that have just subscribed to me because of all of this Assassin's Creed footage, remember that there are so many other awesome games that I have on the channel that you can check out. For those of you that like what I do and want to help me to keep continually do this because of the ad apocalypse and all of this stuff that's going on, it's getting harder and harder, and you got to remember that I need to support what I do and to be able to continue to do this. Please consider becoming a Patreon or even donating if you like the content, because this is what you're going to get to see in the future, and I can't do it without being able to do it. So thank you guys so much, for those of you that already have become a Patreon, especially in the past couple weeks, and for those of you that have been patrons for years, for supporting me through thick and thin, through everything that I've done and accomplished throughout my YouTube career. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me, and I'm so happy to have you. But just remember, if you're new, there's so many other videos that hopefully you can get into, and other walkthroughs that you can check out. 100% of all the Assassin's Creed games, as well as Splinter Cell, you know, all stealth stuff, anything that has stealth related I always do, and action games as well. I'm not much of an action guy just because I'm blind in my right eye, so therefore it limits me to play games that are to play thinking man games, which I consider Assassin's Creed to be a thinking man game, because it means you need to stealth in there. You don't just run in there and just start, you know, killing people, whereas first-person shooters I'm not necessarily as good at just because I can't see. But looks like we finally found the treasure, and we picked up a legendary item, the heavy blade. Now we're gonna go and test this out, but first we need to find some land. Again, fast travel is possible. All you got to do is go to your map, go to the viewpoints that you've seen, and you'll be able to fast travel. And then now we just got some combat left over, and then we'll have another video for you guys soon showing another big area that you can explore. And that guy just tried to kill me. One thing that's actually cool is that if you have a if you're in the water, people will automatically be drawn to you to help you get into a boat and stuff like that. But we just equipped our legendary item, and now we're going to go and test it out and see what kind of mayhem we can get into. So again, guys, hopefully you've gotten something from all of the footage that I've shown off. It has been my honor, it's been my pleasure to show. Ooh, that's not a very good hit ratio right there, 666. Hopefully you've enjoyed something, and hopefully you've learned something. And again, for those of you that are new, thank you so much for the follow and the subscription. Follow me on Twitter, CenterStrain01, on Facebook, CenterStrain01, to stay up to date on everything I've got going on. And plenty more videos on the way. I've got another play session of Assassin's Creed coming up soon. I can't really talk much about it, but we're going to be showing a new area, of course, and I will have plenty more footage coming up very, very soon for this. So mark your calendars, even though you can't actually mark your calendar, but just remember that I'm going to have some more footage coming up. Again, I don't lock on because I don't know why. I couldn't find the button, and I'm sure it was probably easy to find. But thanks again, guys, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know I repeat myself a lot in the commentary that I do, but I'm just so excited for the series and what it means for the future of Assassin's Creed. So thanks again for watching, guys, of course, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.